Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Would you please rise and join Christopher Dietering in the singing of our national anthem and remain standing for the invocation by Reverend Father Brad Beal.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
I invite you to bow your heads if you are comfortable to do so. Creator God, it is with grateful hearts that we gather here this afternoon. Be with us and among us at this convocation. Help us to celebrate the accomplishments of these students who are graduating. Be with them and with their family and friends as they share in the joy of achievement. Let us remember and give thanks for the commitment and dedication of staff, faculty, administration, and the governors of this college. Bless these proceedings and instill in each of us that spirit which alone brings goodness, truth, and wisdom to our world. Creator of all, hear us and be with us now in all we do. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Beal. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Welcome to the Loyalist College of Applied Arts and Technology 2013 Convocation. My name is John McMahon, and as Vice President Academic, it is my pleasure to act as Master of Ceremonies for this afternoon's exercises. Before we begin, I would ask that you check to ensure that phones and other electronic devices are turned off until the conclusion of the ceremony. In the event of a fire alarm, your exit routes are located behind me, through the doors on my left, and the doors at the back of the auditorium. Follow the exit signs out of the college, and once outside, proceed to move away from the building. As well, should there be an emergency response, please follow the instructions being provided. This afternoon, we are recognizing graduates of the School of Media, Arts and Design and the School of Continuing Education. Interpreting this afternoon's ceremony is Heidi Taus. Today's convocation ceremony will also be simulcast in Alumni Hall, located downstairs on the first floor. I would remind the graduates that they are to return to their seats once they have received their diplomas or certificates until convocation is completed as a courtesy to others. We understand that some of you may wish to take a picture of your graduate at the eventful moment. If you do, I ask that at the appropriate time you go by way of the back of the hall, down the side aisle to your left, and wait in the alcove on this side of the wall so that you are not obstructing the view of other members of the audience. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you Stuart Wright, Chair of the Board of Governors, who will officially open convocation.
Thank you, John. I declare the 46th convocation of Loyalist College officially opened. On behalf of the Board of Governors, I welcome each and every one of you to this wonderful occasion and extend a special welcome to our distinguished guest of honor, Wendy Freeman. And to you, our graduates, the Loyalist College class of 2013. Some of you thought this day would never come. Today is your day, and we celebrate your achievements with you. You know, we're gathered together to celebrate the awarding of Loyalist College certificates and diplomas, and those receiving these documents today have every right to feel exceedingly proud of their accomplishment and to enjoy the recognition of their success from their family and friends. What you have achieved here at Loyalist provides you with the key to open the door to a wonderful future. Today at Loyalist is the culmination of many choices you made, beginning with the decision to enroll at Loyalist. You chose your programs, you chose to work diligently when there were things you would probably have preferred to do, and you chose to excel. And now that you're about to receive the formal recognition of your success here at Loyalist, it truly is, and I want you to recognize this, a wonderful day in your life. I'd like to take a brief moment to share with you some views on how to best build a future based on your achievement of today. Many of you will now enter the workforce armed with the documentation that attests to the fact that you have the skills and capabilities to carry out the roles that are before you. That documentation gets you in the door, but from then on, your success will depend totally on how you present yourself. In my career in business, I met countless new graduates as they embarked on their own journey through the corporate world. And what I came to understand over time, with those that were successful, all had the same traits in common. They were reliable. They were hard workers. They were team players. They were positive influencers. And they were curious. They were curious to learn about how the organization they joined operated, so that they could understand and better work within that organization. Also keep in mind that unless you're independently wealthy, you work because you have to work. You work because you want food in the refrigerator, you want a roof over your head, you want fuel in the car, if you have a car. So if you're going to work, make sure that it's an enjoyable way to spend your life, and it can be. It's important to make it a happy and positive experience. So set yourself apart. Be positive. You know, be the go-to person at your place of employment. Be the Loyalist representative that makes you all proud that you are a Loyalist representative and that the people within that organization recognize you as such. Today you are joining a group of Loyalist alumni of over 35,000. And amongst that group are a tremendously successful group of people who are working across this region, across the province, across our great nation, in fact, around the world. These Loyalist grads are outstanding in what they are achieving for mankind around the world. So I ask you to not forget your Loyalist roots. A great many of our grads become significant contributors to the Loyalist Foundation, which may have helped some of you financially. So when you're able to, don't forget that foundation. Don't forget to give back to Loyalist to help it grow and help it meet the needs of students who are graduating in the future. Don't forget to use things like the spa here. I had a manicure this week, and Judith did a great job. Don't forget to use it. I'm going to leave you with a thought, though, that comes to mind from some time ago when I was working in Saudi Arabia, and I was responsible for managing the communications for the royal family when they were off in the desert. And I led a group of 25 vehicles into the desert, along with a guide who was dressed in traditional dress with cross bandoleras, a sidearm, and a ceremonial dagger in his belt. He was our guide. He's out in the front of the vehicles leading us to where the royal family was in the desert. And as we fanned out to escape the dust and were thundering forward in the desert, we suddenly ran into a bit of a depression that was filled with soft sand, and every vehicle bogged down except his, which plowed right through it. So there we are, up to our axles in sand, me leading the way, not impressed with our guide. And when he came back towards us, I was ready to vent at him, and I, through the translator, asked him what he thought he was doing leading us into this. And the translator asked him, and the response I got back was, all drivers have eyes, which really wasn't all that helpful. But I came to recognize that what that meant was we all had responsibility for our own actions. And I would ask you to keep that in mind. You have the responsibility for what's going to happen to you in life. So do everything that you can to do it right. And I'll leave you with that thought. All drivers have eyes. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair Wright. I would now like to call upon President Piercy, who will address the graduates and introduce our speaker for today. President Piercy.
Chair Wright, Ms. Freeman, Reverend Father Beal, members of the board, distinguished guests, Loyalist staff, graduating class of 2013, family and friends, good afternoon and welcome. We always appreciate all of our special guests, but I would like to extend a very warm welcome and a special welcome this afternoon to Chair Stuart Wright's lovely wife Sandra and equally lovely daughter-in-law Sandy Cunningham. Sandy's joining us. She's visiting from the Bahamas, so very wonderful to have you here with us this afternoon. As those of us who have the privilege of working here know, Convocation is the ultimate celebration in the life of Loyalist College. Successful convocations are the result of the efforts and careful preparation of many members of the college family, who all take great pride in their roles in preparing the campus for today. I'd like to extend special thanks to our Director of Enrollment Services and Registrar, Laura Nauman, and her staff, my office staff, and our Facility Services team, who have worked diligently for the last several weeks to make our campus look wonderful inside and out. They have all made an important contribution to your day, as have many others. This has been another wonderful year at Loyalist College, with many highlights to remember and to celebrate. Outstanding awards earned by Loyalist students, faculty, and graduates, ongoing developments on campus with invaluable support from our community partners to help complete and equip the Sustainable Skills, Technology, and Life Sciences Center. The Skills Center project has earned the Silver Level LEED certification, designating leadership in energy and environmental design. And as the college moves closer to achieving our capital campaign goal of $6 million, we would like to acknowledge the many wonderful community and business partners who've helped us with donations of time, talents, and resources. Important support for the college has also been reflected recently in a partnership established with the W. Garfield Weston Foundation. The Weston Foundation is a very prestigious organization. It's working with Loyalists on a pilot project to provide important student financial assistance for 60 individuals over the next 3 years who choose to study in the skilled trades and technology areas. We have had an excellent response so far. And the most important highlight of this year, graduating students, is your individual success. Just a few recent examples. We've had wonderful success from our students and graduates in the National Photographers of Canada organization. There were 30 Loyalist students and graduates who earned wonderful awards. The Broadcast Educators Association of Canada, we had student and faculty award recipients. One of our graduating architecture students, Rosalind Chow, was named the most outstanding student in architectural programs by the Ontario Association of Architectural Sciences. And one of our profs was named a significant contributor to the arts in the Quinte area, Professor Rob Cranendonk. So just a few of the wonderful achievements of the year. Too little time to list them all. Members of the graduating class, in a few moments, you will receive your certificate or diploma or advanced diploma. My heartfelt congratulations to each of you. You did it. However, it's important to remember that you have not accomplished this very important life achievement, the attainment of a post-secondary credential, all on your own. Look around. There, as they always have been, are your parents, our dedicated and exceptional Loyalist professors and staff, your significant others, children, relatives, and friends. And I know you haven't been sitting very long, but I'm going to ask the graduating class if you would stand for a moment and join me in giving these wonderful supporters of yours a standing ovation. I know you will agree they deserve it. So just the graduating students, please. Thank you very much. You can be seated. Thank you. And thank you to all the wonderful people who helped them get here today. Graduating students, we are so proud of you, and we're privileged to share in your celebration and, of course, to wish you continuing success as Loyalist graduates. I encourage you to feel very proud of your accomplishments, your college, and the future possibilities which lie wide open ahead of you. Feel proud of yourself, as Chair Stewart has said. You're joining the ranks of more than 35,000 Loyalist graduates who are making powerful, positive contributions to their families, workplaces, and communities near and far. Thank you for choosing Loyalist in the first place. I hope that you will be among the 96% of our graduates who would recommend Loyalist to a family member or friend. That's a very high level of trust, and we cherish it and appreciate it. One of the ways in which we're constantly reminded that Loyalist is an outstanding college is that our graduates never cease to amaze us. When faculty and staff pass on stories of graduate achievement, or when grads come back to share their stories with current students, and all of us feel great excitement and immense pride. So please keep in touch and let us know how you're doing. Today you're joining a family just as you did when you first came through Loyalist doors. As you head off to your next life adventure, we say, as your family will say, keep in touch. To welcome you to the Loyalist alumni family, representatives of our Alumni Association are here today to congratulate you as you leave the stage. Our wonderful alumni publication, and we will find your addresses, is called Lasting Connections. And the newest edition is here today, hot off the press, and please take a copy, it's wonderful. I am confident that you will find, as I have as a proud Loyalist graduate, that your Loyalist connections are links which will endure and strengthen throughout your personal and professional lives and will come up everywhere you go. It's very surprising. Feel proud of the awesome potential of the life that lies ahead of you. By earning a post-secondary credential, you have armed yourself with a powerful tool for making a significant positive difference. We have the privilege of living in this wonderful country with all of its freedoms and opportunities. We each have a responsibility to try to make society better through our involvement and contributions. With the challenges which the world faces today in our environment, in our economy, in every arena, your skills and talents will be more urgently needed than ever. So please get involved, be engaged, keep inspiring us and challenging us, and keep your skills sharp by becoming a lifelong learner. We will welcome you back at any time. In closing, again, warmest congratulations. We are so very proud of each of you, and you should feel deep and well-earned pride in yourself. Each of you has enriched Loyalist and us by your presence here. We are confident you will continue to enrich the Loyalist story with your accomplishments. Enjoy every minute of this celebratory day, and on behalf of the entire Loyalist community, best wishes for a bright, happy, and rewarding future. Thank you. It is now my privilege to introduce our convocation speaker for this afternoon, Ms. Wendy Freeman. After the start of her career in media, which included assignments in New York City and Detroit, Wendy was named president of CTV News in December 2010. Since that time, she's been responsible for news, information, and current events programming, including CTV National News, CTV News Channel, BNN, and CP24. Also under her leadership are Canada AM, W5, Question Period, and CTV original documentaries. Wendy presides over all Bell Media news editorial content and news gathering efforts and oversees the newsroom's day-to-day operations. At lunchtime, we were kidding her because we asked her if there had been much news lately to cover. Lots going on. Wendy has led CTV News' award-winning and most watched coverage of the world's biggest news stories, including the recent devastation caused by Hurricane Sandy, the Vancouver 2010 and London 2012 Olympic Games, the recovery of the Chilean miners, 9/11, 4 Canadian federal elections, and Canada's mission in Afghanistan. In 2012, under her leadership, the CTV News Division was recognized with the prestigious Radio Television Digital News Association Burt Canning Award for Best Newscast for CTV National News, along with 46 other Radio Television Digital News Association awards for local and national news programs. Prior to being named president, Wendy held a variety of senior management positions with CTV News, where her leadership in the competitive marketplace strengthened CTV's position as Canada's most watched news organization and made CTV National News the top-rated newscast in the country. Prior to joining the company, Wendy worked at WPIX-TV in New York and WXYZ-TV in Detroit, as well as City TV in Toronto. She began her television career with City TV. Wendy's personal accolades include the Radio Television News Directors Association Award for Best Newscast in 2010, 2007, and 2006. She also won a 2005 Gemini Award for Best Newscast, and in 2012 was a recipient of the prestigious Women's Executive Network Canada's Most Powerful Women Top 100 Award in the Arts and Communications category. Wendy is a native of Montreal and graduated from the University of Western Ontario with a Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy. And joining Wendy this afternoon is her daughter, Annie Chusett. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our guest speaker for this afternoon, a distinguished Canadian, Ms. Wendy Freeman.
Hi there. I hope you can hear me. I'm little. Thank you, President Piercy, Chair Wright, Vice President McMahon, and distinguished guests. Good afternoon. It is truly an honor to be speaking here today to this graduation class of 2013. Thank you so much for having me. When writing this convocation speech, I thought, what wisdom can I possibly leave you young adults? What inspiring words of advice can I possibly give each and every one of you as you are about to enter the workforce, or the real world, as I like to call it? What can I provide you with and help you achieve your dreams, your goals, your desires? I hope I don't disappoint as I share some personal anecdotes and some life lessons that I have learned along the way. I don't even remember my convocation day. I was so panicked about leaving university that I honestly don't even remember that day. I was a philosophy major. Believe it or not, philosophy, yes. I was a graduate of Western University. Why philosophy? Well, I think that was the last major I could possibly switch to after being an English major, a psychology major, a sociology major, anthropology major, and for a time I was even an archaeology major. Raiders of the Lost Ark was a very popular movie in my senior year of university, and archaeology was very popular. Philosophy, well, you are probably asking yourself, how on earth did she become head of news at CTV from a philosophy degree? Well, let me tell you this. In life, nothing is ever planned. As you will see, there are many paths along life's journey that each of you will go down, and it's important for you to know that it's okay to choose many different paths in your lifetime. It is also important to take each path with a positive attitude, and feel free to say yes more than no. Life is full of so many different paths, some good, some not so good. But know that going down the wrong path is just as good as going down the right one. It is okay to fail at things. Failure will only make you stronger and wiser for the next time, and fulfills you and rounds you as a person. Be comfortable with failure. Be open to failing. There is no way you're going to get it right every time, and that is okay. We are, after all, only human. I cannot tell you how many times I have taken paths in my life that were wrong, and instead of falling down that path, I picked myself up with a smile and changed paths, eventually finding the right one for me. Finding that right path is not always easy. After I graduated from Western University with my philosophy degree, I knew in my heart that I wanted to work in television news. I had tried desperately to get all sorts of jobs, but nevertheless, no one would even answer my letters or my phone calls. Remember, in those days, there was no internet. We used telephones. Emails did not exist. We used the post office. I talked my way into an all-news radio station in Montreal, where I am from, begging to simply just follow the reporters around as they covered their stories. I knew this would be an invaluable learning tool. I spent a few weeks on the streets of Montreal learning how to use a tape recorder and ripping wire off the machine. In those days, we still had wire machines. It was sort of like a ticker tape machine, if you even know what that is. From there, I saw a posting up on the wall for an overnight news writer in Toronto. I gathered the courage to call the news director and begged for the job, promising him he would not be disappointed. The next day, I packed my bags and went to Toronto, knowing very few people there and no idea where this path would bring me. I took the job ripping copy overnight, working from midnight till 9 a.m. and writing wire stories for the overnight news anchor. In those days, that's what you did. You took any job possible to break into the business. There were barely any TV news jobs available, very few to come by. It's important to know that you have to work hard to get ahead. It does not come without struggles, without really hard work, and without very long hours. I continually put in long hours and many 16-hour days and work weekends. Never be afraid to work hard. Success also does not come without knocking on doors. Network with whoever you can, wherever you can. And please, do not be afraid to do this. I love when I get emails from young students like yourselves telling me that they want to get into the business. I welcome it, I embrace it, I encourage it. It shows passion. That is hard to find. We need more of this today. So I encourage all of you to reach out to those you want to work for. Email them, call them, don't give up. Eventually they will respond and lead you in the right direction. Remember, if you truly want to do something you love and you are passionate about it, go after it. You will always be successful in something you truly love to do. Be moved by curiosity, by interest and fascination. Don't let anyone stop you along the way. That radio news overnight writer job eventually led me into television. Every morning I would go to a police station in Toronto and read back the police reports on the air into the local news cut-ins. It meant working even longer hours after an exhausting overnight, but I said yes to that path, and it was there where I met Mark Daly, former crime reporter and anchor of City TV. He passed away a few years ago after a battle with cancer. We became friends, and he eventually talked me into coming over to City TV, where my television career began, and I have never looked back. Remember, if it's something you want to do, go and do it. If you do what you love, there's a good chance you will achieve all your goals, and frankly, and more important, by doing what you enjoy in life, going to work every day is a pleasure and a great way to live your life. I never had a plan to become president of news, but I did have a plan to take risks and say yes to things I may not have. In the year 2000, I was asked to be the executive producer of the CTV National News with Lloyd Robertson and Sandy Ronaldo. Prior to that, I had decided to just work part-time. I had 2 young children at home. Pierre Elliott Trudeau had just died, and Lloyd Robertson called me at home and asked me to come and help produce the funeral. I did this. After that, a federal election was then called, and Lloyd once again asked me to come and help produce the election and again work full-time. Again, I did this. It was after that where he asked me to become the first executive producer of the CTV National News. At this point, I was only a few months into working part-time, and I had no plans of returning to full-time work anytime soon. I told him no. He came back again and asked again, and again I said no. I explained to him that I wanted to stay home with my children, and to be honest, the job scared me to death. After numerous more times, I finally conceded. It's hard to say no to Lloyd Robertson. And I agreed to be his executive producer, but only until they found someone to replace me. Well, 10 years later, they still never found anyone. I remember asking Lloyd about 8 years into the job if he had ever really looked for anyone. Well, he never did. And guess what? After 2 years, the show became #1, and I discovered that I loved working full-time and that taking risks and being afraid to do so was okay. So as you see, life works in mysterious ways. You think you are going one way, and then suddenly you are going another. One needs to always be prepared for change. Love change, embrace it, and say yes. Take those opportunities when you see them. And yes, it will be scary and frightening, but that's okay. If it isn't scary, then that's not a good thing. If you get rejected places, don't see them as rejections. See them as great opportunities to go somewhere else or do something else. You will have many rejections in life, and that is okay. Take risks and take paths that you may not have ever thought you would ever walk down. What I've also discovered along life's journey is that we must all find ways to contribute, to give back. After the horrific events of 9/11, Canadian troops were deployed to Afghanistan. In 2006, when Canada took a larger role in that region, I decided to visit the NATO base in Kandahar, where most of the Canadian troops were deployed. At the time, our CTV News journalists were also on the base reporting their every move. It was important for me as executive producer of the news to witness this story that my correspondents were covering every day. As you can imagine, this experience was life-changing. Seeing our Canadian troops in action was something I will never forget. Their courage, their incredible devotion to this great country was so inspiring. On my way home from Kandahar, I decided to stop in Kabul and visit a TV station there. It was there where I met some truly inspiring women working in secret as journalists, women in full burqa who had snuck out of their homes every day to work in television, to get their stories out hiding from the Taliban. These were incredibly brave women who sat and listened to me as I told them in Canada we were free to say whatever we wanted and free to write whatever we felt. They touched me. They did not believe I was real. These were the bravest women I had ever met. These were women who one day dreamed of doing what I was doing without fear of being killed or a member of their family being killed just because they were working. It changed my life, and I think of them every day and how lucky I am to live in this great country. It is important for us to always remember people like them, to give back to the world and remember how lucky we are as Canadians to be able to go to school freely, learn and work without fear of being tortured, having acid thrown at us, or killed. Seeing what these women overcame each day made me look at my life quite differently, and I remind myself often how important it is for all of us not to take no for an answer, never give up fighting, and always try to make a difference in helping make the world a better place. Please try to remember that along the way. Take time for yourself, your family, but please remember to give back to those less fortunate than yourself. It will pay off in the end, and I promise you, and you will have helped make the world a better place. It has not been without some sacrifices, my becoming president of the news division. I have given up a lot along this path. My 14-year-old daughter, Annie, is here today with me, and I'm sure she can attest to that. I've missed plays, special days, birthdays, and many times my children are asked by their teacher if they even have a mother. But I think if you asked Annie, she would say, I hope right, Annie, wherever you are, that she is very proud of her mother. I think she believes that I have made a difference, and she knows that I followed a path that I was passionate about and a path that I truly love. I have taken my children out of school many times like today and brought them with me so that they can see what their mother does, and of course I cherish that time we spend together. I know people say it's important to live your life every day like it's your last. We all know that that is not truly altogether possible, but if you can do something each day to keep that in mind and to try to live it in a way that matters, that's what's important. As Lloyd Robertson taught me, it's all about moderation. Take everything in moderation. Things don't happen overnight. You need to be patient. And listen. Listening is so important. Listen to those who are wiser and older than you. They do know from experience, and they have invaluable advice to pass on. Lloyd visits my office frequently, and I continuously ask him for advice. I am very lucky to have him in my life, helping to guide me and provide me with his life lessons. Find out who those people are in your life and embrace them and learn from them. They can teach you things, and they will. You can't do it all, and you will have to make sacrifices, and that is okay. Take help, advice from your friends and family. Those who love you will always be there to help you along the way, and it is okay to take that help. Finally, living in the 21st century, you all must bear witness to another path, the path of technology. As creative media, arts, and design and continuing education graduates, how lucky you are to go into a world today where technology is moving at the speed of life. Some advice I can give you on this because I have seen it unfold in front of my eyes. Remember to embrace this new technology and change. Every day you will wake up and some new technology will have been invented. Who would believe that just a few years ago, Twitter did not exist? Social media was not even a word. Don't fight this trend. Embrace it. Learn every new tool you can that becomes available. Learn it, use it, become experts at it. It will only serve and help you along the way in everything you do. I have seen too many people refusing to embrace this incredible technological wave, and as a result, they are falling behind and falling as well out of the workforce. Change happens so fast today. Facebook, YouTube, Google, just to name a few. Accept it, embrace it, and live it. The more you know today, the better you will be able to sell yourself in the workforce of tomorrow. Finally, to sum up, as I said earlier, there will be many paths along the journey of life. Remember, along these paths, it will be okay to veer off, fall down, hop, skip, take the wrong path, and eventually the right one. I have learned along the way, and after walking down so many different paths, that in life and in my life, there will still be so many more to walk, and I look forward to walking down all of them with a smile, as you should all be looking forward to doing as well. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2013.
I was enjoying that so much I forgot where I was. Thank you, Wendy, for that remarkable presentation. That was truly inspiring, and I'm sure it meant a great deal to all of you. And on behalf of the Board of Directors, it gives me a great pleasure to thank Wendy for joining us on this occasion and delivering that address. And I'm pleased to announce that the Board of Governors, by virtue of the authority invested in it, has authorized me to award Wendy Freeman the highest tribute of Loyalist College, an honorary diploma in applied arts and technology, in recognition of her extensive experience in the broadcasting industry, her obvious passion and advocacy as a community leader, and her leadership in the exceptional success and contributions as president of CTV News. Loyalist College is fortunate to have Wendy address Convocation 2013 and accordingly pays to her its highest academic tribute. Thank you all, Wendy. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Tamara Kleinschmidt, and I'm proud to serve as a member of the Board of Governors here at Loyalist College. The Board of Governors consists of the President and 16 members who volunteer their considerable talents and time to serve Loyalist College. As volunteers, we are representatives of various regions and interests in our communities. 4 members of our Board of Governors are appointed by the Ontario Lieutenant Governor and Council. 4 are elected from within the college by students and staff, and 8 are appointed by the Loyalist College Board of Governors themselves. The term of office for a governor is 3 years, and it is renewable once for a further 3 years. Student governors, however, are elected annually. Loyalist College has always been fortunate in its Board of Governors, and this year's Board of Governors has kept up with that tradition by providing exceptional service to Loyalist College. The governors are all volunteers who set aside their personal lives and other pressing obligations to make Loyalist College their first priority. They have worked together as an incredible team with a common goal: the best interest of Loyalist College. This year, we say farewell to retiring governors Barbara Brandt, Matt Ireland, David Pickett, and Governor Stuart Wright, who as board chair has served the college with particular distinction. I would ask Governor Wright to come forward to be recognized. Let's see if we can make him blush. Governor Wright was appointed to the board in 2008 and was reappointed for a second 3-year term in 2011. During his 6 years on the board, Governor Wright served as a member of the Finance, Corporate Services, and Governance Committee, and 1 year as the committee chair, and 1 year as a member of the Audit Committee. He was elected board chair in 2010 and has served in that capacity for 3 years. During his tenure, he also served as a member of the Executive Committee, the Bylaws and Policies Committee, the Board Nominating Committee, and was an ex officio member of the Academic Student Affairs and Advocacy Committee. In addition, for the past 4 years, he has served as a director of the Loyalist College Foundation Board. He has also served on the board of directors of the College Employer Council, the governing body of Ontario's public colleges. Governor Wright has been a dedicated and involved board member, and he will be greatly missed by the college community and his colleagues on the board. Stuart, on behalf of our board colleagues and the Loyalist College community, we thank you for your exceptional commitment to Loyalist College and present this print to you as an expression of our deep appreciation. I am pleased, in addition, to announce that the Board of Governors, by virtue of the authority vested in it, has authorized me to award Stuart Wright the highest tribute of Loyalist College, an honorary diploma in recognition of his long and distinguished service to Loyalist College. In addition to having played a major role in the development of the college, his deep sense of commitment, active participation, and outstanding leadership have set an example for members of our community. Loyalist College accordingly pays him its highest academic tribute.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now come to the formal part of our ceremony where the certificates, diplomas, and awards will be presented. President Piercy, it is my privilege to report to you that the candidates here assembled have qualified in all respects for certificates, diplomas, and advanced diplomas by successfully completing curricula offered by the School of Media, Arts and Design and the School of Continuing Education at Loyalist College. They have been recommended by the faculty to be awarded certificates or diplomas in recognition of their academic accomplishments.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Governors of Loyalist College, I do hereby confer on our graduates their respective certificates, diplomas, and advanced diplomas with all the honors, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto.
President Piercy, on behalf of the graduates not present, I request that you confer their certificates, diplomas, and advanced diplomas in absentia.
I so do.
Ladies and gentlemen, members of the academic team from the School of Media, Arts and Design and the School of Continuing Education will oversee the conferring of diplomas. During the next part of the program, we will be presenting the graduates who will proceed across the stage to receive their congratulations from the President and from a member of the Board of Governors. In order that we can clearly hear everyone's name, we ask your cooperation in withholding your applause until each group has been presented. Those taking photographs are reminded to use the designated area to the left of the stage. Graduates will be presented by Jane Harrison, Dean, School of Media, Arts and Design, and by Dan Holland, Dean, School of Continuing Education. I would like to introduce Jane Harrison, Dean, School of Media, Arts and Design.
Thank you, John. Governor Danaher. It is my pleasure to present the recipients of Ontario College certificates in Art and Design Foundations, General Arts and Science, English for academic purposes, Pre-Health Science, and General Arts and Science. Arts and Design Foundation. Megan Beatty, Dean's List. Stephanie Bissonnette, Dean's List. Tiffany Bullreis, Dean's List. Leanna Clark. Tiana Kronk, Dean's List. Jessica Fraser, Dean's List. Amy Jordison, Dean's List. Haley Kramer, Dean's List. And now General Arts and Science, English for academic purposes. Sandeep Kaur. Pre-Health Sciences. Derek Anderson, Dean's List. Silken Brown, Dean's List. Melissa Burgess, Dean's List. Susan Cousins, Dean's List. Kelsey Cranston. Megan Curran. Victoria Fritz, Dean's List. Shelby Lynn Grimard, Dean's List. Sarah Hale, Dean's List. Sarah McDonald, Dean's List. Terry Maitland, Dean's List. Taylor Methvin, Dean's List. Alexandre Morin, Dean's List. Shannon Murphy, Dean's List. Sean Simpson, Dean's List. Taylor Von Goffnet, Dean's List. General Arts and Science. Kristen Casey. Victoria Pope, Dean's List. Media Experience Certificate. Zach Brochetta. Lindsay Hall. Maureen Williams. Residential Drafting and Design. Amy Harris. Danielle Quinn, Dean's List. Colleen Rowley. Tanner Stevenson. Brandon Whaley, Dean's List. Ontario College Diploma. Architectural Technician. Shouldn't I be? Excuse me. Go ahead. Christiana Bamsey. Christina, I beg your pardon. Maxime Binet. Haley Bradley, Dean's List. Tara Donaldson, Dean's List. Katrine Dussault, Dean's List. Spencer Orr. Dean Tyndale, Dean's List. Thank you, Governor Danaher. Governor Hagerman? I have to rewind a little bit. I forgot to pass over the handshake to the governor. So it is my pleasure to have presented the recipients of Ontario College certificates, Ontario College diplomas and awards in media experience, residential drafting and design techniques, architectural technician. It is my pleasure now broadcasting radio. Carly Boer, Dean's List. Marshall Brose, Dean's List. Marshall is also the recipient of the Country 105 and Energy 99.7 Radio Award for the Outstanding Graduate in the Broadcasting Radio Program. Tanner Cotton, Dean's List. Alan Dolphin. Alan is the recipient of the Broadcast Faculty Choice Award presented for exceptional professional attitude in the Broadcasting Radio Program. Carrie Diamond. Adam Galt, Dean's List. Adam is the recipient of the Starboard Communication Cool 195.5 Hits FM Multitasker Award. Alyssa Giordano, Dean's List. Alyssa is the recipient of the Chorus Entertainment, The Wolf FM 96, CKWS FM Award for Top Promotions. Jamie Graham. Taylor Lewis, Dean's List. Lewis McDonald. Lynn McKenzie, Dean's List. Lynn is the recipient of the Mix 97 Quinte Broadcasting Award for being the top announcer. Jake McDonald, Dean's List. Nathan Richardson. Barry Salisbury, Dean's List. Oh, she's General Arts and Science. Lorraine Dauphiné. Lorraine is the recipient of the Scotiabank Scholastic Achievement Award to a graduating student in the General Arts and Science program with the highest grade point average. Rebecca DeWitt, Dean's List. Tavish Fleming. Hannah Jameson, Dean's List. Anitra Longford, Dean's List, and the recipient of the General Arts and Science Program Excellence Award for outstanding academic achievement in the General Arts and Science Program. Alexandra Preston. Tina Storms. Tina is the recipient of the RBC Community Spirit Award, a graduating student who has demonstrated commitment to community through ongoing volunteer work while pursuing a post-secondary education. Photojournalism. Richard Barclay. Laura Boudreau. Evan Campbell. Martha Evernick, Dean's List. Catherine Jackman. Sandra Kelbeck, Dean's List. Miriam Lublink, Dean's List. Vivek McKay. Julia McKay, Dean's List. Jessica Nisnik, Dean's List. Benjamin Pree. Jason Prupus. Lindsay Lee Quinn. Jennifer Robertson. Sofia Rojas. Alicia Winter. Dean's List. Excuse me, Alicia. David Zammit. Thank you, Governor Hagerman. Governor Dockrell. It is my pleasure to present the recipients of the Ontario College Advanced Diplomas and Awards in New Media Production Animation, Architectural Technology, Broadcast Engineering Technology, and Journalism, Online, Print, and Broadcast. New Media Production and Animation. Alan Bartholomew. Kelsey Gale Baxter. Brittany Burnham. Cheyenne Chamberlain, Dean's List. Jasmine Cox. Michael Davenport. Luke Davidson. John Galloway, Dean's List. William Gilpin. Matthew Goals, Dean's List. Justin Greatrix, Dean's List. Jordan Groves. Michael Hoare. Jean-Guy McLeod. Dean's List. Kyle McMillan. Daisha Miles. Dean's List. Evan Runnels. Jessica St. Pierre. Karen Wood, Dean's List. Robin Wood. Architectural Technology. Bryce Beston. I have to breathe in for this one. Rosalind Chow, Dean's List. Rosalind is the recipient of the Architectural Faculty Award for the best set of working drawings submitted by a graduating student of the Architectural Technology program, and the Architectural Faculty Award for highest academic standing in the Architectural Technologist program, and the Ontario Association for Applied Architectural Science Students Award for Technical Excellence, the Architectural Technology program. Congratulations, Roz. Curtis Clark. Samantha Coppaway. Stephen Curtis, Dean's List. Stephen is the recipient of the St. Lawrence Valley and Northumberland Durham Societies of Architects Award for the best design submitted by a graduating student of the Architectural Technology program. Tiffany DeMarco, Dean's List. Marissa Driscoll, Dean's List. Marissa is the recipient of the Ontario Building Officials Association Land of Lakes Chapter Award for proficiency in the use of the Ontario Building Code to a graduate of the architectural program. Aaron Dupuis, Dean's List. Krista Crystalline, Dean's List. Josh LaPala, Dean's List. Brooke Martin. Nicole Martinson. Nicole is the recipient of Dean's List and the recipient of the Architectural Faculty Award for the Best Interior Design submitted by a graduating student of the Architectural Technology Program, and the Quinte Home Builders Association Award for the Best Technical Report submitted by a graduating student of the Architectural Technology Program. Mallory Tiro. Brock Webb. Broadcast Engineering Technology. David Bachner, Dean's List. Ryan Barnes. Gregory Bolton, Dean's List. Stevenson. Michael Callan, Dean's List. Christopher Dietering, outgoing president of our student body. Trevor Hennessy. Nicholas Slade. Richard Matthew Lawrence Sutton, Dean's List. Journalism, online, print, and broadcast. Stephanie Crozier, Dean's List. Austin McKay, Dean's List. Mackay, I see that. Samuel Normand. Harrison Perkins. Taylor Renkema, Dean's List. Keenan Weaver. Thank you, Governor Dockrell. Governor Kleinschmidt. It is my pleasure to present the recipients of the Ontario College Advanced Diplomas, Ontario College Graduate Certificates, and Awards in Television and New Media Production, 3D Video Production, Public Relations, and Sports Journalism. Television and New Media Production. Andrew Anthony. Evan Bates, Dean's List. Brittany Beebe, Dean's List. Holly Broadway, Dean's List. Eric Connell, Dean's List. Sarah Costa, Dean's List. Jeremy Davis, Dean's List. Tahaji Diabo. Justin Emerton. Jennifer Holland, Dean's List. Seward Hawerda. Seward is the recipient of the Broadcast Advisory Committee Best Operator Award. Dean's List. Stephen Hoonan, Dean's List. Laura Kleinschmidt. Sarah Late, Dean's List. Edison Marshall, Dean's List. Brandon McCrae. Eric Metzloff, Dean's List. Aaron Moore, Dean's List. Alvin Eng, Dean's List. Alvin is the recipient of the Broadcast Advisory Committee for Outstanding Graduate Award. Anna Olin, Dean's List. Christian Porter. Corey Saunders, Dean's List. Corey is the recipient of the Television Faculty Award for Academic Excellence, Communication Skills, and being a team player. Robert Small. Danielle Thorne, Dean's List. Ontario College graduate certificates. 3D video production. Matthew McMahon. Public Relations. Hazel Barber, Dean's List. Danielle Brunei, Dean's List. Brianna Clement, Dean's List. Mark Gogan, Dean's List. Linda Horn, Dean's List. Ajit Singh Kalan, Dean's List. Allison Klinghorn, Dean's List. Diane McCall, Dean's List. Diane is the recipient of the K-State Memorial Award for Academic Excellence and Contributions through the International Association of Business Communications through the Public Relations Program. Alexander Pilon, Dean's List. Shauna Spicer, Dean's List. Shauna is the recipient of the K-State Memorial Award for the Academic Excellence and Contributions through the International Association of Business Communications through the Public Relations Program. Sports Journalism. Evan Cook. Byron Hackett, Dean's List. Christopher Lee, Dean's List. Christopher Mahar, Dean's List. And Brett Smith, Dean's List. Brett is the recipient of the G.P. Hunt Sports Award for Attitude, Effort, Teamwork, and Achievement of Learning Outcomes in the Sports Journalism Program. This concludes the conferring of Ontario College certificates, Ontario College diplomas, Ontario College advanced diplomas, and Ontario graduate certificates for the School of Media, Arts, and Design. I would like to introduce Dan Holland, Dean School of Continuing Education, who will present the graduates from the School of Continuing Education.
Thank you, Jane. Governor Smith, Governor Smith, it's my pleasure to present the recipients of Loyalist College certificates, Ontario College certificates, diploma and graduate certificates in addiction studies, creative writing, correctional service worker, distance education for educators, facilitator of adult learning, fundraising management, fundamentals of policing, geographic information systems, geriatric studies, graphic design, software applications, health records clerk, home inspection, hospital ward clerk, human resources management, management of volunteer services, legal assistant, office assistant, proficiency in conversational French, small business bookkeeping, working with dementia, supply chain and logistics management, office administration, food service worker, internet applications and web development, military general arts and science, office administration medical office, administration medical transcription, activation techniques in gerontology, perioperative nursing, registered nurse oncology nursing, and registered practical nurse oncology nursing. Loyalist College certificate, facilitator of adult learning, Donna Duncan. Home inspection, Sydney Brown. Larry Derry. Hospital ward clerk, Catherine Smith. Human Resource Management Certificate, Amanda Beatty. Office Assistant, Teresa Coughlin. Kathleen Fraser. Donna Power. Ontario College certificate, food service worker, Tina Berry, Dean's List. Yeah, we'll try this. Bahabed Chakrabarti, Dean's List. Cheryl Dempsey, Dean's List. Shirani De Silva, Dean's List. Susan Dunning, Dean's List. Denver Hicks, Dean's List. Svetlana Murray, Dean's List. Miobo Ojasi, Dean's List. Sonia Sharp, Dean's List. Alyssa Windsor, Dean's List. Kelly Young, Dean's List. Ontario College Diploma, Office Administration. Kathleen Bayfield Pollock, Dean's List. Catherine Harvey. Office Administration Medical. Jaspreet Buttar, Dean's List. Nicole Cayley, Dean's List. Chloe Craig, Dean's List. Jean-Marc Duchamps, Dean's List. Deanna Fisher, Dean's List. Joan Lavecue. Vidisha Nupain, Dean's List. Janice O'Hara, Dean's List. Cindy Ostrander, Dean's List. Sukhvir Kaur Randhawa, Dean's List. Ontario College Graduate Certificates. Oncology Nursing, RN. Narendra Kaur, Dean's List. RPN Oncology Nursing. Alyssa Ferdinand, Dean's List. Thank you, Governor Smith. This concludes the conferring of certificates, Ontario College certificates, diplomas, and graduate certificates for the School of Continuing Education.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating all the graduates. Board Chair Stuart Wright will officially close Convocation.
Most popular man in the room just arrived. I'd like to thank our string duo, Marion Stratton and Linda Minty, and our piper, Charlie Orr, from 8 Wing Pipe and Drums. Thank you, Charlie. Everybody's invited to join us for a reception in the Parrott Center immediately following the ceremony. I do declare Convocation 2013 officially closed. I would ask that everyone please rise for the benediction and the playing of the royal anthem and remain standing for the recessional. Thank you.
I'd invite you to bow your head if that's your custom. Creator of all humanity, may your grace take root within us. Keep us from discouragement by providing a beacon of life and hope in even the darkest hours. May you who have graduated today share your knowledge for the benefit of others and for our world. May your understanding of life be broadened and enriched. May your imagination be touched with new vision that ever sees the possibility of service and stewardship. And may the Spirit encompassing all faiths be with each one of you, guiding your hearts and minds in giving you courage and purpose on the journey ahead. Amen.
God save our gracious Queen, long live our noble Queen. God save the Queen. Send her victorious, happy and glorious, long to reign over us. God save the Queen.